head. I'm gonna go check out this. So it's which way? Oh, wrong one. Wrong one, please. What's this thing over here? What's this? Oh, Jesus Christ! Get out of me. Let's get there, I guess. Test it.
Perhaps a direct... You wouldn't happen to be traveling to the town of Hakoshey, would you? I'm investigating a rumor about the town's leader, Magnate Faina Darak. Word has it that she's a descendant of the Akaviri potentate. A rather curious rumor, given that the potentate's bloodline should have been wiped out over a century ago. It's a personal matter, pertaining to my grandfather's legacy. Painful as it is to say, my family's reputation depends on proving this rumor false. You wouldn't happen to be looking for work, would you? I could use a lending hand. Why don't you begin by speaking to the lady in question? The magnate should be in the town square. Strike up a conversation and see what she reveals. In the meantime, I'll begin my own investigation. See what I can dig up. Hakoshey was built after the fall of the Akaviri potentate. It's been... let's see now. A little over 100 years now? Yes, right around that. The town was founded by the Akaviri refugees who fled during that time. The Akaviri come from the land of Akavir, a continent east of Tamriel. They first invaded Tamriel in the First Era, but were ultimately convinced to join the Empire. Hakoshey is populated by their descendants. Yes, the Akaviri took the fall of the potentate as a rather obvious sign that they were no longer welcomed in Cyrodiil. Many of them fled to elsewhere. Hakoshey is but one of the settlements that was founded. I suppose that's a matter of perspective. After all, generations of imperial marriages have considerably thinned the bloodline. Still, Hakoshey does strive to maintain Akaviri culture and customs, starting with the town's rather distinct name. Potentate Vesidou Shey began his political career as advisor to Emperor Riemann III. When the Emperor was assassinated, the potentate stepped up as Cyrodiil's leader. Very fortunate for Vesidou Shey, of course. He was Emperor in all but name.
Oh, wow.
So goes the rumors, though nothing was ever proven. Unsurprisingly, an Akaviri on the Ruby Throne created conflict. The potentate was eventually assassinated himself. A few decades later, his heir was similarly slain. The Morag Tong, of course. Who else would be so competent? Following the death of potentate Severian Chorak and his heirs, a large number of Akaviri and their followers left Cyrodiil. Many wound up here and elsewhere. As an agent of the Morag Tong, my grandfather had the honor of executing the last remaining heir of the Akaviri potentate. But here's the tricky bit. My grandfather and the heir both disappeared during the attempt. The Morag Tong presumed them dead.
Oh, wow.
If Magnate Faina Darak truly is the descendant of the potentate, it proves without a shadow of a doubt that my grandfather failed. And such failure would be a grave dishonor to my family name. That's why I'm keen to prove this rumor false.
Oh, okay. So he's the assassin group.
I haven't been able to sleep all week. Please, can't you do something?
Of course. I'll have the town guards investigate tonight.
Thank you, Magnate Faina Darak.
And who do we have here? Come, let us speak. Welcome to the town of Hakoshe. I must say it is not often I see a new face. Have you perhaps come to take part in our festival? The Proving Festival, yes. Through a series of trials, the people of Hakoshe must prove themselves to their ancestors. We do so by completing 3 trials, otherwise known as the 3 proofs. First, the proof of reference calls on our ancestors to witness our deeds. Second, the proof of strength displays our might and bravery. Lastly, the proof of wisdom tests our knowledge and wit. Through these trials, we show our worth. Of course, I'm sure you too have ancestors you wish to honor. First, you must speak with Domitia Nasica. You'll find her just by the river. Listen well to her words, for she will guide you through your first trial. Let me know if you have any other questions. I realize that Hakoshe can be quite the curiosity for travelers such as yourself. Nothing to worry about. Domitia just hasn't been sleeping well. She believes there's something prowling around her house at night. I suspect it to be just bad dreams. Of course, I'd never dismiss a citizen who seeks my aid. Having the town guards investigate will help ease Domitia's fears. That alone may be enough to stop her nightmares. And if the dreams continue, I'll make sure she's seen by a healer. Though Hakoshe is known for its Akaviri ancestry, the truth is that our imperial bloodline runs far richer. Still, we honor our Akaviri ancestors by maintaining some of their customs. The Proving Festival is a shining example of that. The Proving Festival has not been celebrated since Hakoshe was first founded. I didn't even know it existed until I found a first-hand account of the festival in my family's records. It's been quite the challenge getting everyone up to speed. I'm not sure. Perhaps the town just wasn't interested in celebrations when Hakoshe was first founded. They were refugees, after all. You can read about it yourself if you're so inclined. I happen to have the book with me. I hold the title of Magnate, though I have no emperor who supports me. Still, my family has led Hakoshe since its founding and chose to take the title to reflect that role. It has been my honor to lead this town for over 10 years now. Because it was our family who founded it. My ancestors wished to create a place of safety and peace, where Akaviri traditions could continue to be passed down and honored. A goal I still strive to respect to this day. Yes, as is my family's tradition. We tend to keep closer to our Akaviri heritage than most. I even speak a little of the language, though I suspect my accent is quite atrocious.
So we gotta go talk to her.
Oh, you're that traveler I saw earlier. Do you need something? Truly, that was certainly nice of her. Your first step is to complete the proof of reverence. This trial allows us to call upon our ancestors to watch over us as we prove ourselves worthy of their name. With this paper lotus, write the names of your honored ancestors on its petals and place the lotus in the river. This will allow it to float into the afterlife. Think of it like a calling card, a way to get your ancestors to pay attention. Return to me when you've completed your task. Oh, and feel free to ask any questions you may have. This is Hakoshe's first proving festival in over a century, after all. I'm sure you're just as curious as everyone else. Before we can prove ourselves to our ancestors, we must first get their attention. The paper lotus acts as a ceremonial letter of sorts. By placing it into the river, we allow it to be carried into the realm of the dead. Yes, it is. The Akaviri believe that all waterways connect the realms of the living and dead. There are many folktales about boats being lost in heavy fog and landing on shores filled with restless spirits. I used to, when I was little. Whenever I would go jump in a puddle, my mother would yell, "Stop that! You'll fall right into the afterlife." Truthfully, though, she just didn't want my dress to get muddy. Excited, of course. Honestly, I'm shocked we gave up the tradition in the first place. No one even remembered the festival existed until the magnate found an old record about it. Our town doesn't have much wealth or power, but we do take pride in our ancestry. Learning about our Akaviri culture and celebrating it is important to us. And the Proving Festival is the perfect way to do just that.
Let me get bait.
Through this proof, you have shown reverence. Well done. Next is the proof of strength. You'll need to... I'm sorry. I'm just so tired today. There's been a lot of strange noises at night lately, and I haven't slept very well. You overheard that? Ah, well, yes. I've started hearing noises at night. Heavy breathing, uneven footsteps that seem to shuffle about. At first I thought I was dreaming it all, but now I am not too sure. I don't, though the magnate has promised to send a patrol out tonight. Hopefully they'll find whatever it is. But you've got a proof to complete. Head over to Vectrasi for your next task. He's just a little ways west of here, right up the hill. Good luck with the proof of strength, and let me know if you need anything.
Do. 810 down.
What can I do for you, traveler? You wish to prove yourself before your ancestors. Very well. To the north lies a cave wherein beautiful sugar daisies grow. Bring me one, and you will have proved your strength. Ah, didn't I mention? The cave also happens to be a cinch lion lair, and I doubt the beasts will be particularly fond of your intrusion. Best of luck, traveler. Make sure to keep your senses about you. Cinch lions aren't beasts to take lightly. The Akaviri have always placed a great emphasis on martial prowess. The proof of strength shows our ancestors that we remain strong and are prepared to face any danger that may befall us. The greatest. Akaviri warriors are known for both their might and magic. It was only because of their aid that General Riemann was able to pacify all of Tamriel under his rule. Why, it was Akaviri who founded the Dragon Guard. Proud warriors who formed the Dragonborn Riemann's personal guard. Unfortunately, they seem to have disbanded after the Akaviri potentate fell. I still think they're around, though, waiting for their moment to return.
Yep. No. I did get it. Easy.
You have the look of victory about you. Tell me, were you successful? Most impressive. I'd say you've certainly made your ancestors proud. Good thing, too. Wouldn't want any unhappy spirits mucking about Hakoshe. They'd bring all sorts of misfortune. Quite right. It's part of why honoring our ancestors is so important. Happy ancestors gift their descendants with good fortune. Wrathful ancestors, well, they do just the opposite. They curse us with misery, desolation, even death. Yes, death. Of course, you'd need to perform a great dishonor for such a punishment. Not that you have to worry about that. You've proven both your reverence and strength. Now, it's time to test your wit. Head to the town square and speak to Valoria. Don't dawdle now. The proof of wisdom awaits you back in Hakoshe.
Oh, that's fish too. Fishy, 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 fishy. Where's my fish?
Why, if it isn't our town's mysterious stranger. Magnate Fena Derak told me all about your participation. Have you completed the first 2 proofs? Excellent, excellent. Then you are ready for the proof of wisdom. I am most useful when empty. I am most generous when full. What am I? Of course. What better way to show your wisdom? The riddle describes one of the items on this table. Choose the correct item and bring it to me. Only then will you pass the trial. Best of luck, dear. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Throughout Akaviri history, the proof of wisdom has been performed in a number of ways. Scholars draft grand essays, writers compose ornate poems, philosophers perform lengthy debates. But for Hakushe, we went with riddles. The people of Hakushe are simple folk, and our great scholars are few and far between. A modest trial keeps morale up, while still honoring our ancestors. However, we did get a few essay submissions for the Magnate to review. Of course! Just like the rest of her family. Every Akaviri text we have is safely contained within the Magnate's home, and she makes sure to study them. Even teaches the young ones a bit of the language. I am most useful when empty. I am most generous when full. What am I?
Useful when empty. I'm about to say a bull.
You've returned. Tell me, what item did you bring? Yes, that is indeed the answer. Oh, I'm just so happy you guessed correctly. I was a little worried my riddle was too obscure. I had hoped Magnate Fena Darak would provide a riddle, but she's had her hands full with the festival. Poor thing.
Made sense, because it's most useful when empty, so you can use it for many things, and generous when full, so food.
She just has a lot riding on her shoulders. We're all seeking to honor our ancestors, but the Magnate's ancestors are a bit, harder to live up to. I'm sure it's created a good deal of stress. May your ancestors be pleased by your actions, traveler.
Enjoying the festival, are we? I'm sure you've heard a great deal about Akaviri culture today, but tell me, did you learn anything about the Magnate herself? Everything you've learned seems to support the rumor. A descendant of the potentate would certainly be given such privileges. However, my investigation calls for more concrete proof. A document would be best. I've made some inquiries of my own. It seems that Magnate Fena Darak has quite a few records in the cellar of her home. We'll need to break in and search her documents. We need a key, and I'm positive the captain of the guard carries one. If you would do me the kindness of chatting him up for a bit, I'll do my best to obtain the key. Should all go well, we'll be in and out before anyone notices. Very well. Let's get moving then.
Okay.
Greetings. Say, aren't you the traveler who joined the Proving Festival? Are you now? Well, that's certainly an impressive feat. Honestly, this whole affair has been nerve-wracking for me. I'm not too keen on dishonoring my ancestors. Who knows what misfortune would befall me? To be honest, barely. The first two proofs were easy enough. Threw a paper lotus in the river, grabbed a sugar daisy for Vecdrasi. But that last proof, well, it stumped me. Couldn't for the life of me figure out the riddle. I'll admit it, I had a little help. Magnate Fena Darroch gave me a hint. She's a gracious lady, our Magnate. Always helping out folks in need. I'm not sure how Hakoshe would fare without her.
Okay.
Glad you could make it. Quickly now, let's head inside. Well, that's certainly odd. There must be something here to take down that barrier.
Earth, wind, water, fire. Oh, they're oh.
I'm willing to bet those tablets would fit rather nicely into these sockets on the floor.
Rises. It's my staff. And so light up the east. Light east. Water south. Ground. So, ground north, water south, east light. Oh, that's wrong.
Well, that certainly wasn't right. Care to try again?
So light east. Place the fire tablet. I think it's west. West. North stuff. South is.
Looks like that did it. Let's head in. The Magnate left a letter on her desk. Interesting, don't you think?
What enemy battle? Yink. I know that family carries many born. One day you will lead our people, for it is you to carry the blood and connected, which proves both blessing and curse. You must prepare. Our family has allowed word of our lineage to go beyond walls for good reason. Haunts the shadow will not take such lightly. To ensure the family's safety, we must closely guard this secret. Oh.
Seems this letter confirms that the Magnate is descended from the Potentate. What a pity.
Just what are you two doing here? Get out at once!
Traitor! How dare you claim to be of my blood?
What? What's happening? Please, no!
Vegetal.
What the hell was that?
Well, it seems we've confirmed that Fena Darroch is a descendant of the Potentate. Just in time for her to be whisked away by some vengeful spirit. Just my luck. Isn't that part of the Akaviri's beliefs? Disrespect your ancestors and they'll have their revenge. And given the spirit's armor, he was definitely Akaviri. Huh. Makes me wonder what the Magnate did to deserve such a fate. I'm not sure, but it's as good a guess as any. Given the turn of events, we'd best go after them. Perhaps the local tombs? If I know ghosts, they don't often wander far from their graves. Some Akaviri is so upset with the magnate that he's returned from the dead. And if I'm to see this investigation through to the end, I need to learn why. Let's head to the tombs. It's just east of the town square. Can't miss it.
Okay.
Glad you could make it.
Ooh. Oh god. I think I'll be fighting spirits.
I see them, just up ahead.
Still you hunt me, assassin scum? Was my death not enough?
This disappearing act is getting very old, very fast. He seems to think that I was the Mer who assassinated him. Could be a simple case of mistaken identity. After all, my mother always did tell me I bear a striking resemblance to my grandfather, Methistara. As a member of the Morag Tong, my grandfather executed a great number of people. But, given the location and the armor the spirit wears, let's move ahead. I have a feeling we'll get our answers soon enough. Best if we split up and go our separate ways.
Not surprised. Toya, let's split up. You don't need help. Ew. They're bright. Oh, fuck, are you red? I know that one. Help him. Easy.
Proconsul Baloran Kai, I presume?
Very good, assassin scum. You and your companion have been most insistent. Come, let us speak. Fena Derek has called my spirit to judge her. By her quill, my name was written. By her hands, the paper lotus placed. And so I have come to punish her wickedness. And yet you try to stop me. Who are you to deny me my revenge? When I escaped Cyrodiil, I had but one man to protect me. Someone I placed my utmost faith in, my utmost trust. Lieutenant Line Bardwick. But when it came time to guard me from my Morag Tong assassin, my protector fled. Yes. Though not before I was able to inflict a mortal wound myself. Both I and my assassin died that day. But not Line Bardwick. He looted my corpse and claimed my name. It was he who founded Hakushe, not I. Her family continued to spread the lies of my betrayer. For centuries, they have proclaimed themselves nobility. all they have inherited is lies. She must renounce her title and tell her people the truth. Only then will I be content.
Okay.
Go then, and convince Faina Darak to speak the truth. Only that will save her. The Proving Festival is a time for the Akaviri people to commune with their ancestors. Not only does it allow the dead to view the living world, it also invites us to cross over. Faina Darak called me to judge her. I have come to do so. And so I did not kill her, as I attempted to kill Line Barduik when first this festival was held. My lieutenant also summoned me by our ancient rites, though he did not realize this. I was compelled to cross over and judge his wicked ways. Line Barduik was a strong mage in his own right. He cast me away. For centuries I have waited for another Proving Festival, but I suspect that Line Barduik took precautions against my return. But now, at last, the truth can be revealed.
Oh.
I can't believe it. The founder of Hakushe, my ancestor, he lied? You don't understand. To admit such a horrid truth wouldn't just dishonor me. It would dishonor my entire family. All of my ancestors, who have done such great things for Hakushe, they'll all be disgraced. How can I do that? No. I don't want to keep lying. The citizens of Hakushe deserve nothing but my complete honesty, even if it comes at the cost of my family's reputation. I'll do it. Ancestors, forgive me, but I'll tell everyone the truth.
I'll be watching, Faina Darak, waiting for you to speak the truth.
I'll keep my word.
Well, seems like it's time to get going then. I'll meet you in the town square.
So our family built lies because the lieutenant of Spun Protect the King ran off and I came back after the assassin killed him. Damn. So now she has to dishonor her family.
It seems my investigation has come to an end. The rumor was false, my family name is cleared, and no one even needed to be executed. A happy ending all around, wouldn't you say? The Morag Tong isn't one to leave loose threads, even one that's been dangling for over a century. Luckily for Faina Darak, my grandfather was able to complete his writ. Here, a reward for services rendered. Now, despite our daring rescue, I'm certain the magnate doesn't want a member of the Morag Tong hanging about. Though it does look like she's about to make her big announcement, doesn't it? Well, perhaps I'll stick around long enough to watch. The Morag Tong is an organization of assassins. Agents are assigned writs of execution, perform said executions, and then go along the merry way. That's the long and short of it in any case. I'd ask you not to compare us to those lunatics. Our practices, morbid as they may seem, are perfectly legal and keeping with dark elf traditions. I kill only who I am sanctioned to kill. If I had to. My preference was always to prove this rumor false, of course. Still, a writ is a writ. If my grandfather failed to do his duty, then I would have done it for him. Simple. My grandfather was following a writ which called for the death of Potentate Severian Shorak and all his heirs. Had Faina Darak been a descendant of the proconsul, her execution would also fall under this writ. Naturally. I'll let the Morag Tong know your feelings soon as I'm back in Morrowind. I'm sure they're just dying to hear your opinion.
My family has long claimed to be descended from the Potentate. But this is not the truth. The man who founded the town, my ancestor, was a traitor. He betrayed Proconsul Baloran Kai and stole his name. My family's legacy is only a lie. I revoke my title as magnate. And should you decide it, I will leave Hakoshe forever. This dishonor is mine to bear. And I accept it.
No! We still want you to be our magnate!
You're an honorable woman, Faina Darak.
You deserve to lead this town.
Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much.
Finally, I am a...
Talk about quick leaving. Okay. Let's be on our way. Aww. My extra health and all that went away. Shadow Dancer on. I gotta check this out. Don't tell me I spawned all the way back. God damn it.
Would you like to hear the fragrant word of Azura? It was she who gave us shape and told us the 3 secrets. She who protected us from the wrath of Ifre and taught us the mysteries of the moons. Ah, yes. Mazdur entered this den of vagrants with the most honorable of intentions. He only wished to share the wisdom of Our Lady of Dusk and Dawn. This is the unfortunate result. That would be most appreciated. This one is sure you'll find the key nearby. Ah, and if you could recover Mazdur's amulet of Azura as well. The bandits' leader, Zareba Sharpclaw, seemed to admire it greatly. It will likely be by her side. Azura bless you, brave Rook. Mazdur must travel many places to spread the word of his lady. Through divine inspiration, his paws follow the path to where Azura feels he is most needed. Unfortunately, he is not always met with welcome. It is true that Mazdur is trapped within this cage, soon to be sold off to vile slavers. But it is also true that you have arrived to save him in this, his hour of desperation. Asura watches over this one always, and so he is never afraid. Mazdur has dedicated his life to the brilliance of Asura. Every morning he sings her praises. Every night he humbles himself with prayer. His days are spent wandering elsewhere, spreading her fragrant word. It was the wisdom of Asura that gave the Kashita many forms, each for its own purpose. It was she who gave us the skills to be exceedingly quick, exceedingly clever, and exceedingly beautiful. How could Mazdur the Moonstruck not honor her? This one's title, bequeathed upon him by his family long ago. Asura was born alongside the moons. This is known. Mazdur is moonstruck, stricken by the beauty and power of the moons, connected to his lady through reverence and wisdom.
Planning on raiding Hakoshe. I'm staying behind. Nearly got my tail chopped off last time.
What the hell is that thing?
Dragons around, no one cares about us measly bandits.
You have the key, yes? If you would open the cage then. Praise Asura for your timely intervention, Rook. Come now, let us speak outside. Master is grateful for such a rescue. Were you able to find his amulet as well?
Yep.
Then you have this one's gratitude. And the gratitude of Asura as well, it seems. Just as Master was leaving, he happened to find something of value. Take it as your well-earned reward. And so Master is once again saved by the intervention of Asura. Through your actions, of course. As of late, this one's thoughts turned to Greenshade. While the Khajiit have always welcomed Asura into their hearts, the Wood Elves still look toward her with apathy. Perhaps it is they who most need to hear her fragrant words. No, Mazdur will be met with hostility. Of this he is sure. But Asura will watch over him and lead this one to those who may be willing. In this, he has faith, just as he has faith in the Lady of Dawn and Dusk herself.
Yep, have fun with that.
Jarl,
Spare a kindness for a priest of 2 moons? Hadoras is at the end of his rope, dangling by the scruff. This one returns from warning the speaker of the main of a dire prophecy, only to find his fellow priests speaking little sense and doing even less, raving and rambling about our moon bishop's visions and growing more demented by the moment. She tells the priests to burn their moon sugar, so they do. She tells them to smear cheese upon the walls, so they do. She tells them to douse the temple fires with their tongues, so they do. I fear someone will die if this continues. Bright moons shine upon you, Walker. This one pursued his friend Zarga before you arrived. The fool chases a beast's young with a butterfly net, and woe unto him when their mother follows the commotion. Please, find Zarga before he is eaten. I last saw him run after the beasts into the wilderness to the west. I hoped he would not follow them into their den, but I would be a fool to believe that now. Since she was very young, her eyes have always been as bright as Joan and Jode. She has never led us astray. It's why she's Moon Bishop. But all this madness, something is not right. She foresaw the return of the dragons with a frightening clarity. I went to warn Lord Garesh Ri on this dire prophecy, so it might reach the main's ears. But I arrived too late. The dragons had already come. 2 moons at Tenmar is Hadaras's temple, a venerable house of Joan and Jode, a place of worship and wisdom, reduced to a den of fools chasing our Moon Bishop's fevered dreams. They don't question her visions. No matter how absurd the task, they leap at it with zeal. When I asked why they would do such things, they look at me as if I am the one who is crazy. A powerful and insidious spell to turn the whole temple on its head. But at least a spell may be broken. It's a small comfort to hope that their minds may not be truly lost.
This one has you now, pretty butterfly! I am Oh no! You smashed it! Such pretty colors leaking out!
Ho-ho! You smashed that as flat as a flapjack! But who said you could play with my toys? Well, hello, my new playmate. Glad to find someone with their wits still about them. Too many crazies around here. I mean, what self-respecting person goes around chasing butterflies with a net? Everybody knows you use a hammer. I'm a cat. I thought that bit was obvious. Unless I'm not a cat. Meow? Meow. Nope, cat. Maybe you're not as sharp as I thought. Attack that's seen one too many backsides, huh? Bad for you, worse for them! The priest, silly! You really are clueless, aren't you, plaything? How are you gonna win the game if you can't even find the pieces? Am I gonna have to dangle every answer in front of you like cheese-stuffed mice hanging by their entrails? Ah, that's more like it. Maybe there's hope for you after all. Now hurry your heroic hiney to my playground, or it's gonna be the blind leading the blind out there! Ha ha! Toodles!
Oh, so it's this damn cat who's been leading. Using magic to...
Oh no, stop this madness. Why can't you see reason?
Seeing is the problem, Adoras. That's why we need it.
Maybe we don't need it. This one's claws are sharp. Pop, pop, and we're all saved.
No, it must be the fork. It won't work otherwise. Ah, Jarl, you are safe. I hope the same may be said about Sarga. Moons, I pray he does not get any other ideas. Hadoras has his hands full as it is. He found these ones searching for a fork to put out their eyes. The Moon Bishop told them that if they blind themselves, they would remain hidden from the dragon's sight. Not just any fork. A two-tined iron fork smelling ever so slightly of roast beef. Please, help me keep them from finding this smelly thing. This one smells meat wafting on the wind. It is not an odor he would call beefy, but he thinks it may be the trail they were following. Hadoras will keep his eyes on these ones, so they may keep their eyes. You did? What did he... Wait, why didn't you stop him? Dark moons. What sort of childish sorcerer drives clergy to chase after wild beasts and put out their eyes? We must stop this sick puppeteer. But this one can't just leave these fools to their own devices. Find the fork, then we'll give chase. Because they are insane. Only a sugar tooth would believe putting out their own eyes would blind the dragon. And even they would have the sense not to do it unless it got them more skooma. I count my blessings that not just any fork will do. Then take every fork to be found and pitch them off a cliff. This one doesn't care so long as it keeps these fools from doing themselves harm.
Okay.
If this one must talk in circles with lunatics much longer, he too will go mad. Did you find any offending forks at the campground? Khajiit gets all goose-pimply in the hackles just touching it. Adoras fears things are even worse than he imagined. This fork reeks of more than beef. It stinks of oblivion. There is no denying it now. Our temple is caught in the claws of the skooma cat. He must be responsible for our moon bishop's strange visions. But how he spread his madness to the priests, I cannot fathom it. Shegorath, or Sheogorath to some, the crook-tailed son of Anur and Fadomai, born before the moons and stars. He speaks from across the lunar lattice through the distilled moon sugar called skooma. But you said you saw him, in the flesh. An Alfik? The skooma cat should not be able to cross the lunar lattice. If he walks among us, then Joan and Jode must truly be out of alignment. We must check on the temple.
Okay.
Please, you go ahead to the temple. Find our moon bishop. Keep her from spreading any more of this madness. Hadoras will meet you there, once he leads these ones to safety without them straying toward any other foolishness. Saizensa, bright is the moons and just as beautiful. One look, and you could tell that John and Jode shone their light upon her, and the path forward would be lit by the reflection in her eyes. When she spoke, one would be wise to listen. Not so now. If there is anyone within 2 moons at Tenmar who could see truth through this madness, it would be her. But her eyes are clouded by the skooma cat's visions. I fear there will be no reaching her while he toys with us. Before there were the moons, or the world, there were Anur and Fadomai. From their union, all the god cats came, including the one Khajiit known as Shegorath, the crook-tailed cat who shares his madness with Sugartooths through skooma. Hadoras does not smell the sick sweetness of the drug upon them. Terrible as it is, the fleeting skooma dreams would be preferable to this all-consuming madness. On this side of the lattice, it seems Shegorath needs no sugar to share his lunacy. The lunar lattice, formed by John and Jode's light, separates Nirni from the other god cats, and protects her children from the ones who would do us harm. Normally, Shegorath could only send his mad thoughts across through the perverted moon sugar. This one isn't sure. The mere touch of it makes him want to spit fur, but he must keep it out of the hands of others. Perhaps he will bury it under the squatting sands where it belongs. It is the least that this one can do to keep his kin from teetering off the edge of insanity. Hadoras will be all right. No amount of lingering beef stink will lure this one into putting it into his mouth. Or anywhere else for that matter.
Oh, I see you met Forky. Been talking about me again, hasn't it? Such a gossip, that one. But you can hear the option if you stick it in your ears. Give it a try. Doing what? The purring? I don't know. Just happens at the darndest times. Smelling a bowl of cream, laying eyes on a plump ball of yarn, licking me... Oh, wait. I feel a grooming coming on. Who's trying? Oh, sure, you've kept a handful all boring and breathing. But we've been having a right riot in the temple. You ever hear cats always land on their feet? Turns out, it's true. Of course, their feet wind up by their ears, but why split pairs, eh? Stop! Stop! We're just getting to the best part. I think they're really getting the hang of it. Last one got one good bouncing before he spit like a ripe tomato. Oh, I think the Moon Bishop's giving it a go. Don't want to miss that! Best hurry, or you missed the show!
Yes, Cisenza, show us the way. Walker, you arrive at the perfect moment. You will witness our salvation. Moon Bishop Cisenza said we must ascend with Canarthi to escape the dragons. True cats will reach the sands behind the stars by stepping between the two moons. We have not found the path yet, but now our prophet will show us the way. Oh, have faith. Joan and Joan have shone like beacons for the Moon Bishop. She will lead us all to salvation, and you can join us, Walker.
So high. Canarthi, please lend this one your wings. Cisenza should see where to step. Her vision showed it true, but she cannot see it now. No, this one sees by the light of the two moons. These are not fevered sugar dreams. She saw the dragon spring from the mouth of the world and swallow the moon. She saw her temple turn to ash. She must act before it is too late. Cisenza tried to save them. She sees so much that she is blinded. What is the truth? What are the lies? She can't tell what is real. Yes, I need to sit down. Gather my thoughts.
Oh, no you don't. Get your paws off my favorite plaything. Ho-ho, look at you, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Nothing beats a chicken without a noggin. Believe me, I've tried. You came awfully close to spoiling me fun, though. I like my fun. Why? So you can keep hogging all the toys? No, no, no. These are mine. I licked them. How much more marking do I have to do? Alone? Who wants to be alone? Trapped in their own head until all the life and joy of the world leaks out and leaves an ugly grey corpse. They're better off in my company, sure. Suppose I could let them go, if you'd rather be my plaything instead. Then I whisk you home to where the real fun is. Oh, I haven't hosted company since half-past. Ah, you'll love what I've done with the place. It'll be like you never left. Have you there in 2 shakes of a grand mal fit. So, what do you say? Come on, plaything! The game's a face!
Sacred moons, I don't know what to do with your warning. Why won't you guide me when I need you now more than ever?
There you go, trying to play with my toys again. Well, I've had enough sharing.
Uncloud my eyes.
Oh, how the moons twinkle in those glassy eyes. You want to stare off into space and time? I'll show you the future past and present! You again. Toys that get in my way wind up back in the box. Is it time to pack you up? Cheese, cheese, cheese. Enjoy a few thousand wheels and suddenly it's all people get you when Sunsnod comes around. Do I look like a rat to you? Am I a rat? Meow. No, still a cat. Off with you then. I've important catting to do. You again. Toys that get it. Chasing butterflies now, plaything. Ah, to be young again. I must have spent my first 3,000 or 4,000 years terrorizing those colorful little cooties. Alas, I'm a grown man, cat, god, with grown mad cat god tastes to get back to. Now get! Wait your turn, plaything. There'll be plenty of time for me to chase you around this little maze after I've finished me snack. All these games work up an appetite. Oh, is that cream? Oh, I could go for some fatty bovine discharge right now. Why'd you go and bring it to me in a cup? Cats don't have thumbs. Well, most cats. Why don't I have thumbs? Hold on to that while I grow thumbs. This may take a bit. Oh, cream. Oh, I haven't had cream since I made Otar cry over it.
No! Come back! Senza could almost see it. We burn our hair and lay scorched before the dragons. But what then? What then? But the dragons came. Sisenza saw it. They will burn her temple, burn us all, if she doesn't see the path. It feels familiar, like this one has done this before. Is this the future vision, or the vision future? She cannot tell anymore. Help this one, please. Show her. Show.
Hey! I just messed that up! Can't leave a good mess unattended for 1 minute before some hero comes to clean it up! Go tidy your own drawers!
I have seen it! I have seen the way forward. John and Jode have shown me how we may protect our temple.
Bless your eyes, Moon Bishop. What must we do?
We must create an anchor beneath 2 moons to hold our temple between 2 moons.
Apologies, Moon Bishop. This one does not see.
They'll see clear enough once the anchor's built.
The anchor will let you all see as I do. All will become clear soon.
Think you're the cream of the croup, eh? Well, you won't be filling my head with daydreams of sweet cow squeezings this time. I lapped up every last drop. Now what are you gonna do with all that dry toast, eh? Hey, careful with that! What poor fool could entertain their court if they lost their head? Between you and me, a wise fool keeps a few spares. You can borrow that one if it'll get you out of my fur. I'm not using it right now. Think you're the cream of the croup, eh? Well, you won't be filling my head with yarn. So soft and bouncy. Just makes me want to bat it around like a newborn babe. No! You're trying to distract me again. Well, I'm not having it. No! Wait, yes! Keep dangling those luxurious ropey threads in my face and you'll find my claws in yours! Off with you! Look at it go apart, sure.
Sisenza has seen you at her temple, faithful. She hopes you will help her with this anchor and save it from the dragons. Yes, to buoy our temple through this storm. Joan and Jode have shown it to me, and through it, their light will guide us all to salvation. It will hold open a tiny gap in the lunar lattice, so our temple might slip between the moon's shadows. Nestled between Joan and Jode, we will surely be safe from the dragons. We will tuck it away beneath our temple to hold us firm through these troubled times. Come, I will show you, and we can begin. Ah!
Would you rabbit? I was batting her thoughts into a glorious tango before you came along. Now I'm gonna have to start again. for one day, plating. It was me the whole time! Are you surprised? I was surprised. All right, yeah, so I did. But then I thought it'd be more fun to just keep you both. I was half right. You're a little too good as a plaything. It's not fair if you're always winning. That's the best part of playing games with lunatics. They're always changing the rules. You'd get it if you just let me whack you on the noggin a few hundred times. No? Well, game's over. Off with you now. Look at you, making demands. In my games. In my realm. All right. One last impossible challenge for you then. How's that for sport? Say my name 3 times backwards. Now how'd you... But this can't be... I don't... Normally, that'd twist your tongue around to taste the inside of your ears. Or was it my tongue? All right, you win again. Go on and take the prize. Oh, ear teeth. Farewell, cheese of my dreams. Out you go, before Haskill sees the mess you've made. Neither of us wants to hear that.
Escape this nightmare! Quickly! Hadoras, what have I done?
It was not you, Saizenza. It was the skooma cat that brought these misfortunes.
Walker, this one remembers you from her dreams. Your face, your voice. 2 moons guiding her through the fog. Saizenza cannot repay you enough for this. Saizenza is to blame. The skooma cat would have never caused this chaos, if not for her weakness. She led her Clouder astray, and too many of her disciples had to pay the price. As Moon Bishop, it was Saizenza's duty to protect her temple. But when the time came, she could do nothing without Joan and Jode to show her the way. When the visions did not come, she tried to bring them with the sacred sugar. She is no leader. It is not for her to decide. If Khajiit lost their faith in her, she would not be surprised. This one will beg forgiveness for her failings and accept the will of her Clouder. She was too reliant on her gifts, and a leader must be more than a prophet. Walker, this one is not for the moment. It is all this one can do to try and restore peace and order to her temple. Then will come the true test. She knows the dragons will come to 2 moons, and her Clouder must be prepared. Dragons. So many of them, erupting from the mouth of the world. The skies becoming choked with flame, and cinders raining down on our sands as one of the great creatures devours the moons. Much in my visions is symbolic, but this was so vivid. Moon sugar, refined into a potent liquid, skooma. It is a dangerous thing, abused by Sugartooths who cannot resist its spell. But it is also a gift of the moons. There are ceremonies where the sacred sugar is used. I thought they could help me. Those who drink and smoke the sacred sugar experience things. During our ceremonies, these things are seen as a premonition or message from the twin moons. But it was the skooma cat that came to me instead. I should have been wise enough to see. He has always been the skooma cat. Since Fadumai gave him life and purpose, you may call him Sheogorath, and we Shegorath, but the truth is, he is both. He and his litter mates are cats whose coats are what they want us to see. This one only barely recalls things she saw in the haze, but the image of a man with 2 heads climbing the stars to hold the moons in darkness sticks with her. It is fit for the dreams of the skooma cat, but Saizenza fears there is some truth to it.